All right, Art One, how we doing today? We should be at this place in our project. So we've got our fish drawn, and we've got pieces of magazines or wrapping paper or something that match the different parts of our fish. And remember, I said that I want you guys to be creating different tones within the project to like kind of create that idea of form, that there's like, if you look at my shirt, there's like light areas and medium areas and dark areas, and that helps show as the light casts on it that it's got form. So I am I've gone through my magazines or whatever, and I found different pages that had the different colors that I wanted, or close. Again, like, you're not going to find the perfect thing or whatever, but at least if you've got some kind of basic things, like this should work out pretty good. So for example, I've got here, like on my product, I've got these different tones of red. So I've got like a dark red, a medium red, and then it kind of hits like some orangish kind of colors that like are kind of on the bottom part of my fish. I've got my green. In the tail, there's like this darker blue, but there's also some like gray tones that are kind of in there. So I'll use like some of my gray. I've got two different tones of gray here. I've got like a kind of a speckled kind of color, and this one's speckled too, but it's kind of a lighter. And then I've got all these tones kind of like for different like levels. There's like all these different gradations or whatever. Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create what are they called? Scales. All right. So I'm gonna create scales on the back of my fish. Now, if you look at a piranha, it doesn't actually have scales, but I think that the scale part of it will just make the fish look more interesting. Some fish have really small scales. Like, I think piranhas are actually, they're just really small. Some fish have bigger scales. So that beta that I did had the bigger scales on it, and that was kind of true to form, but we're just gonna make larger scales. I don't want big fat scales on your project. I'm thinking like, if you look at like the size of like your pinky, all right, so like your little like pinky, you know, like that kind of a shape right there, like that little bit, that would be like how big we should be trying to create like these the scales that are on our project. So nothing like big fat like your thumb, but we want it small like your pinky. Okay, so you guys, as you start to like cut out your scales, like that should cover, let me just move this stuff out of the way. All right, so the scales are going to cover the body, the main part of your fish, all right? Not the fins, okay? So those will be something else, not the back, the tail fin, all right? And not the head, okay? So like this head part will actually be like a solid piece of paper. So like what I'm gonna do in scales is this whole area right there, okay? So what we're gonna do like for the rest of today, like I don't think we're gonna glue anything down yet. I think I'm just gonna have you guys, like, you've got your piece of paper, and then just work on cutting out scales, and then a week from Monday, we will go through, you guys, and start to glue things in place. So we won't have school, well, we won't have our class next week. We will have our class in 2 weeks, because it's block of 1 through 4 this week, and then it's 5 through 8 next week, and then we'll flip and we'll have us again in 2 weeks. So you guys, like, my expectation, like I said, in 2 weeks is that you guys are gonna have all your scales cut out, and we'll be able to work on gluing. So a week from Monday we'll do that. All right, so just to kind of show you, like, I'm not gonna sit here and bore you guys with like me cutting all these different scales out or whatever, but what I want to have when I'm done is scales that are about the size of my pinky. So I'm actually going to take like this strip, and I'm going to cut it, let's cut it like this big. Okay, it's actually a little bit smaller than my pinky, but I think that'll be okay. All right, I'm gonna cut like this. All right, so I've got these like little strips, all right, and then I'm gonna stack them together. I think this will like work the best probably. This is gonna be a little tedious, you guys. You're gonna have to spend some time like doing this, all right? But I'm gonna just take these, line them up, okay, my little stack. I'm going to, with my scissors, cut. This is a little awkward, but that's okay. All right. I'm gonna cut kind of my scale shape. All right. So it's kind of rounded, right? And then I'm gonna cut it off. And again, you should probably be like maybe about, we can maybe make them like about 1/2 inch, something like that. Cut those off. All right. And then I'm gonna round off this next one. And if they're not perfect, that totally doesn't matter. All right, and then I'm gonna cut those off. And I'm gonna do that to this next like step here. Cut those off. Okay, launch those all over the place. And I'm just gonna go through, you guys, and I'm gonna do this to all of my different colors that are on the back. And I'm just gonna make little piles of the different colors. And then when I am ready to start gluing, like I'll just keep this like in a safe spot or whatever, and when I'm ready to start gluing, I can just take these little piles and just start gluing them down. Okay. All right. So pretty simple. Today you are just working on cutting scales. So good luck. Hopefully this isn't too tedious for you. And yeah, have a good Friday, like tomorrow. Have a good weekend as you have Easter. And I hope that goes well for you guys. And I will see you in 2 weeks. Please make sure, I want to see in your daily share, I want to see piles of your scales. So take a picture of that, put that in your daily share. Remember, every day you're posting a picture in daily share so that I see your progress, see what you're doing, you guys. That is how I'm going to pass or fail you in this like session, is if I see the effort that you're doing daily. All right, so make sure that you're participating, make sure that I see that. So, see you later.